Fans of the matte liquid lipstick trend rejoice. That trend hasn't gone anywhere. For spring 2019, By Terry launched their Lip Expert Matte liquid lipsticks. There are 15 shades in this range. The first 3 or 4 are more or less on the more neutral side, and the others are bold, bold, bold. So there's something for everybody. Each one costs £29 and comes in 4ml tubes. So this is the external packaging, very reminiscent of, very typical of By Terry. This is their Terribly Velvet Rouge, which was their previous matte liquid lipstick. This one went on satin matte. It was a transferring satin matte finish. These, on the other hand, dry matte and do not transfer. So I have just the 2 shades to show you, Vintage Nude and Rosewood Kiss, that is shades 2 and 4. I had bought 3, Rosy Kiss as well. I had to return it because it was way, way, way too pale, and Space & were good enough to arrange for an exchange and sent me Rosewood Kiss instead. Bought by me, not a sponsored post, and not PR samples either. Now, do not look at By Terry's own official swatches of these because the colors are very, very misleading. For instance, the first shade, that is beige, I think it's called, I forgot, it's beige something, appears to be a 1990s brown in the photographs, and that is not true. It was very, very, very pale. 2, Vintage Nude appears to be a very dusty mauve. It's actually more of a dusty, lighter pink, light to medium pink. And this isn't just on me. I've seen other people's swatches as well, where, paler people, where the shades are, paler than By Terry's official swatches. And number 3, Rosy Kiss in By Terry's official swatches appear to be a medium fuchsia color. Unfortunately, on me, not just on me, I've seen other swatches where that was the case as well. It is actually a light bubblegum pink, dusty bubblegum pink rather, Barbie pink. And I'm not a fan of the Barbie pink color. It wasn't just on me, even within the tube, even, on the applicator, it was that Barbie pink color, bubblegum pink, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I wasn't a fan of that, so I returned it and got Rosewood Kiss instead. So, official By Terry swatches, quite misleading. Don't be misled by them. You're going to have to Google quite a few swatches before you decide to buy, or best swatch in store. Now, By Terry claims that these are bold matte colors, which are kiss-proof and offer comfortable wear. Some of the shades are bold, yes, but there are more neutral shades as well, as I'll show you when we get to swatching them. Are they kiss-proof? I will be doing a transfer test soon. So far I haven't had any problems. Comfortable wear, on me, they're not dreadfully, dreadfully dry. They're all right. They're quite lightweight. They dry very, very fast, so you're going to have to work fast. Upon applying too much, there is some transfer, but once that is done, there is no transfer. They stay on quite nicely, and on me, they feel comfortable. They're not drying. They're lightweight. And the wearing time is excellent. I've had 1 through 2 meals. There was some fading by the end of the second meal, but that was only to be expected. Quite greasy meals. The packaging of these lipsticks is beyond belief. Hang on, yeah, look at that. Very, futuristic packaging there. And the shade name is below the tube. These tubes are stunning. I haven't seen anything like this. You can see the color and how much is left over. At the same time, I love these panels and the shape of the tube, everything. In comparison, the previous matte liquid lipstick from By Terry, that is the Terribly Velvet Rouge. I'll just show you what that one is like. So meh when you compare it to this one. Look at that. So packaging-wise, these are a huge, 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 huge hit. Plastic, but heavier. Strong, sturdy plastic. We're talking about, thick kind of plastic. This one more lightweight. We've seen this sort of packaging for other liquid lipsticks. This one, very nice, cool, new packaging that we haven't seen before. Very nice. Now, performance-wise, I'll just swatch these. This is Vintage Nude. Doe foot applicator there. And there is some, I wouldn't call it a reservoir or anything, but there is some, storage where enough color is taken out for one go. I like a second coat because I'm finicky, and I think that a second coat makes it stay on longer. Now, the only thing is with these, you've got to wait for them to dry before you close your mouth. Otherwise, you're going to get lipstick on your teeth. Or maybe that's just me, because I have this thing about, applying quite a bit. So this one is Vintage Nude. That is your subtle dusty pink. Everyday shade there. And the second is Rosewood Kiss. So that Rosewood Kiss, I would describe that as a brick color with pink undertones somewhere. So I am wearing Rosewood Kiss right now. Let's do a transfer test with Rosewood Kiss. Swatches, previous transfer test. There's no spaces there. Right, let's do it here. So nothing there, as you can see. No transfer. So they are definitely kiss-proof, and they offer comfortable hold, and the wear time is excellent. So here's a demo of the two, Vintage Nude first, followed by Rosewood Kiss. So as you can see, when the color is wet, it is a bit lighter, and when it dries, it becomes a bit darker. Now it is fully dry, and I'll just see if there is any transfer. That could be because I've applied quite a bit. Nice thick layer, and then I did a second coat as well. So let's try that again. Again, I think that's the excess that I applied rather than, actual transfer of the entire color. Yeah, no transfer, definitely not. Okay, I need to stop kissing my hand in front of the camera. So, barest of outlines. Again, that's probably because I've applied quite a bit. Absolutely nothing. So I think it is fair to say that there is no transfer here. Now let's try Rosewood Kiss. So these are the simple micellar wipes, which is probably why the lipstick is coming off easily. It's micellar water. And this one is Rosewood Kiss. I wouldn't call this a proper red. I would say it is more of a brick color. So as you can see, there is full pigmentation. By Terry promises intense color, that is true. Very, very good pigmentation, no shearing out. We've tried a more neutral shade and bolder shade. Pigmentation, ace. Wearing power, very good. No transfers, you can see. Comfortable enough for me. I mean, I don't know about extremely dry-lipped people. I use lip balm on a regular basis and do a lip scrub as well on a weekly basis, and I don't really have too many problems. That said, I admit that I pinch, pull, tear at, peel off my own lips when I'm stressed, and nails. Don't ask me why. So my lips aren't always in very, very good shape. So on my lips, on my stressed, peeled, pinched at, pulled at, tortured lips, there is no problem. Smooth finish, no settling in fine lines, no flaking, no peeling, comfortable look, good finish. I really love these. That said, I am not a huge fan of the shade range. I mean, there are 15 shades, I know. I do wish there were more, more neutral shades. There are about 3 paler shades, and then it becomes a bit bolder. So this one is number 4. The first 3 are on the paler side. Number 1 and number 3 are very, very pale. Something beige and rosy kiss. Very, very pale. 2, Vintage Nude is the one that I showed you earlier. Ideal for everyday wear. I would have liked something that is a smidgen deeper than Vintage Nude, but paler than this one. You know, somewhere in between 2 and 4. They don't have that kind of shade. So 2 or 3 in that range would have been nice. And they don't really have a 1990s brown either. So I would have liked to see a couple more shades in this range, because the performance of the formula is so good. I mean, I haven't loved a liquid lipstick so much in a long time, not after the Bobbi Brown ones. And the Bobbi Brown one, again, I struggled with finding a shade because the ones I bought were either too pale or too deep, and I ended up returning or passing them on to my mum. Last year, I showed you By Terry's Lip Powder Essence in the shade Nude Flirt. And that's this. You can see that there's only so much left. I've used up so much. That is actually a powder lipstick. If you haven't seen my post, I will link it in the description box below as well as here. So do go check that out. This one or this. For ease of application, I prefer the liquid. For staying power, I prefer the liquid. For fun and, you know, innovation, I like the powder liquid formula. So this one, that is Lip Expert Matte or By Terry Terribly Velvet Rouge, definitely this one. The Terribly Velvet Rouge had, transferred, and the staying power wasn't very good. So I definitely prefer the Lip Expert Matte. Staying power is excellent. So those are my thoughts on the By Terry Lip Expert Matte liquid lipsticks. Amazing packaging. Love the performance. I do wish there were 2 or 3 slightly more neutral shades. No complaints there. Very, very good pigmentation. Love the staying power. Love the finish on my lips. Not drying, not heavy. Very, very light. Dry very fast, so work quickly. These cost £29 each. 4 mils of product, as I said. They ship worldwide. Where to buy? I will link in the description box below. Some websites do offer discount codes. If I do have a code, I will hit it up in the description box below, so do check all that out. So that's all from me for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please do give me a thumbs up, and please do hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell, and I'll speak to you soon.